I messed up. And I'm not talking about my makeup. This is gorgeous. This should be in a museum somewhere. No, what I mean is my most highly requested ship for this video is Mordecai and Twilight, and I already ranked them. So let's see where I put them. Let's see if I still agree with it. Mordecai and Twilight sparkle. If there's one thing I know about Mordecai, you cannot talk logic into this man. He screwed everything up with CJ, and there's no doubt he will do the same for Twilight, regardless of whether or not Twilight stays by his side and tries to keep him working hard. He has no ambition. Twilight's not about that. Twilight is a workaholic. In some ways, I think they can bring out the best in each other. But Mordecai, first of all, canonically, he gets with this bat lady. Not even close to being a horse. Secondly, until then, he's allergic to commitment. It would never work. They're just from two different worlds. C tier. Okay, so I put it at C, and I agree with that. It depends at what phase in each other's life they're finding each other at. I don't think it would last, though. They would be together only for a fleeting moment, kind of like an airplane in the night sky. Kind of like a shooting star, if you think about it. Twilight is too intelligent to put up with Mordecai's shit. But if you think that's anywhere near the most chaotic ship we're covering today, strap in, folks.
Your video tipping the show. On you.
Butt lovers, welcome back to ranking things. I've actually ranked ships before, but I've always wanted to focus on crack ships. In my ranking series, I take your suggestions from Instagram and Discord. What are crack ships? Is that offensive to say because it's referring to the drugs? No, I think of it as butt crack ships because it's ships you pull out of your butt crack. I can for sure explain it better than that. So the way I see it, it's shipping characters from different worlds, so it's so unlikely to happen, it looks like you're shit posting. Ships you pull out of your crack, as I said before. And ships is like relationships, but I feel like if you clicked on this video on the internet, you're on the internet enough to know what a ship is. Let's start with a handful of the Elsa ships I've received. Right off the bat, not crazy about the fact that the first Disney princess that doesn't get a love interest, everyone is scrambling to find a love interest for. Bruh. But if this Aero Ace Queen were to be in a relationship, which would be the best one? That's what we're looking at. It's important to know the origin of Elsa and Jack Frost. This comes from the fanficky universe called Rise of the Brave Tangled Frozen Dragons. If you're hearing this with no context, you're probably thinking, those poor dragons! But it's really a combined universe of How to Train Your Dragon, Rise of the Guardians, Tangled, Frozen, and Brave. I almost forgot about Brave. Actually, she's the first Disney princess to not have a love interest. And this universe also ships her, but we'll get to that later. It's obvious why Jack Frost and Elsa were shipped together. They're the winter, snow, ice people, so they have a lot in common. But I think it's too much in common. I feel like they're brother and fucking sister. But they shouldn't be brother and fucking sister. No. I don't ship these two. Elsa and Spider-Man has a very different origin story. They started on YouTube content farms. Let's watch one of these videos together, shall we? There's this one called Fun Funny Joke and Frozen Elsa and Spider-Man Anna Superman Fun Funny Joke made with colorful balls.
Oh my god.
Let's watch that one. Okay, right off the bat, Anna and Superman have some chemistry. Look at them just chatting.
One eternity later.
Does this have any dialogue?
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get anything from this. I just gotta go off what I know about Spider-Man and Elsa, because I've never seen them do this. This doesn't really seem in character. I don't think these actors did enough, research. I love that I called them actors.
And the Oscar goes to
Spider-Man and Elsa from the YouTube videos. I've been hearing a lot about these content farm videos. This is probably the tamer of the ones I've seen, because this is just brain rot. This is like Cocomelon. There are some that literally advertised Elsa and Spider-Man and made it look like it was for children, and then there was weird sexual undertones. That shit's whack. I don't know who those people are. They should be in jail. Let's say this is college-age Elsa and college-age Spider-Man. Early 20s, okay? I think Elsa would fucking love web slinging. Like, then she can do her ice powers on top of the city, and then we can have a New York City winter wonderland, right? It's not as bad as Jack Frost and Elsa to me. The origin is not as sweet. The origin isn't based on any creativity. But if you were to get creative with it, I don't know, I think there's ways that these two can interact that wouldn't just be like, I like ice, I think you're nice. I also like ice, I think you're nice. And we look like siblings. I don't buy the whole Jack and Elsa thing. But Spider-Man and Elsa, a tear up. It'll go in C along with Mordecai and Twilight. If she's not completely uninterested in romance altogether, I think the best ships with her involve other ladies. Remember that side character in Frozen 2 that everyone was convinced would be her girlfriend? This is Disney we're talking about. Isabella and Elsa, you have the spring powers and the winter powers, the different seasonal powers. They can find different plants that grow in the cold climate. It's like an opposites attract kind of situation. Like imagine an angsty Elsa where it's like, you create life. All I do is destroy life in the cold. And Isabella's like, first of all, bitch, you create live snowmen. You create life from things that usually aren't alive. And also, there's this species of plant that actually grows in the snow, and then they hold hands and they sing a duet. It would go a little something like this. I'm gonna make it up off the top of my head. What type of plants grow in the snow? A drop of snow could grow a snowdrop. It's not at all how Isabella sings. They're gonna go in A. Yeah, I said it. There's also the ship between Merida and Elsa. I'm sure you saw that coming. Here's the thing, I've never watched Brave. Pretty brave of me to admit. So I'm going based off vibes, looks, and the little of the plot I do know. I think their relationship would also start off a bit rocky. Merida has a very close relationship with her mom that turned into a bear. I think that Merida has 2 alive parents. And Elsa, I know for a fact, does not. Merida would be complaining about her parents and Elsa would hit her with, at least you have parents. I think I could see her trauma dumping. And then they'd make up when Merida bravely says, I'm sorry, Elsa, right? I'm going on the shipping wiki and it's just telling me what I already know. As Elsa and Merida are the first 2 Disney princesses without a love interest, fans started theorizing that they might be lesbians. Their relationship is often given a fire and ice theme. Does she have fire powers? Oh no, okay. It says fiery spirit and red hair, contrasting ice powers and white hair. Okay? I like Isabella and Elsa better than these 2. I feel like with Merida's ship, we have to go more obscure. What about Merida and Luisa? I just looked it up. No one's ever made art of that, and that weirds me out. You have Merida, the little I know about her. She does the archery, and then you have Luisa, who has the strength. They're like warriors together. There's enough similar and different about them. I don't know why that's not a ship. Must I do everything around here? So you know what? Yeah, Merida and Elsa are going in B, and this ship I just made up that no one suggested except for my own brain, that's going in, fuck it, S. I'm also lifting up Isabella and Elsa. The more I think about it, that's a really cute ship. And what would their ship name be called? Elsabella? That's just so cute.
Many adorable hours later.
I knew Tony Tiger and the Grinch were a popular ship, but I never knew why, so I just did a bit of research. Of course it originated on Tumblr. All of these probably originated on Tumblr. The person who sings You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, also voices Tony the Tiger, so it sounds like a bitter ex. There's a lot of amazing art. Also just the contrast between their furry designs, because we have a heavier set, big ass Grinch, and then we have a very ripped jock in Tony the Tiger. Aesthetically, I get it. The whole X thing, I buy. I just don't really see it working out between these 2. Tony the Tiger, to me, comes across as very patriotic. Does Tony the Tiger give anyone else Republican vibes? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm generalizing a bit. I'm gonna have to make an apology video to Tony the Tiger, I fear. But the Grinch is a pessimist. He has trouble trusting. I think even after his heart grew, there's still a lot of skepticism in the Grinch.
They're great!
Is it great? And I get that some people like the whole sunshine versus negative. I usually do. I love me Squid Bob. I love me Broppy. We all know this. But for some reason, I just feel like they butt heads a lot. I'm putting them in B. I think they'd bring the drama. I think they'd make passionate love out of hate. Like, I think they'd learn a lot from the relationship, but I don't think they'd last as much as we're all rooting for them. When I said I support the Max Goof and Bradley Upper Crust the third ship, I had a lot of people calling me a normie. They wanted to culture me. They wanted to put me on Max Goof X Yakko from the Animaniacs. So many questions. My head actually hurts. I thought Yakko was a kid, like a 10-year-old. Again, a lot of these ships look at characters in a different stage in their life. How old is Yakko? Oh, he's supposed to be 14? I thought he was like 9. Here's what I think their origin story would be. I think Yakko, he's very smart. He sings United States, Canada, but I don't know all the words. I think he would tutor Max. Max is a skater boy. He'll say, "See you later, boy, so I can help you ace this math test, or at least pass." Do you see how hard I'm trying to hear you guys out? I am making my internal monologue external. You're hearing out all my thoughts, right? A lot of great art, but I feel like the characterization of Max Goof is a little bit off. Like, sure, he's a simp for Roxanne, but what I liked about the Bradley thing is more of Max's snark came out. He was going head to head. He was going toe to toes. Toes. But with Yakko, a lot of this art shows Max just melting, just being like so into him right off the bat. I think Max would think he's a know-it-all at first. I don't know. I still am kind of rooting for upper crust, but I don't dislike this. I think this will go in B, maybe move up to A. I don't know. We finally got to Mario and Sonic. I love this because we're taking the mascots of Nintendo and Sega and we're saying, stop fighting! Just get along! Just kiss already! I think the gif where the clothes are being ripped off, they're making passionate love, I think that came from a conflict. From, no, I'm the main character. No, I'm the main character. And they shall both humble each other. I think their mushroom and speed addictions would complicate the relationship a little bit. I don't think they'd ever be in an actual romance. I think they'd be frenemies with benefits. If Mario goes anthro like this, then what's the problem with Luigi and Bowser? I'm still on that! I'll never be off of it. The only massive problem that will bump this from A down to C is this is Sonic in a form we've never seen before. In the live-action movie, he is tiny compared to the humans. So unless Mario shrinks down with the tiny mushroom, he got the wrong mushroom, like in the movie with Cranky Kong, right? Good news, guys, they're canonically the same size somehow. So unless I looked up something wrong, they seem perfect for each other. I sure hope I didn't look up something wrong. No! Donald Duck and Daffy Duck. This is fucking hilarious. I think if Donald Duck were subjected to Daffy for an extended period of time, I think Donald would kill himself. I can't do Donald's voice at all, but I think he'd be like, I can't take this anymore! That was decent. No, it wasn't. Don't give yourself that. Daffy would push Donald to his breaking point. Donald has anger issues, and Daffy, I know this word is used a lot, but I think it really applies to him. I think he is a diagnosed narcissist, right? Am I wrong? Daffy only ever acts in his self-interest. I think the only two people that can pull him down to planet Earth are his boyfriend Bugs and his girlfriend... Oh, this is fucking embarrassing. Tina! Jesus Christ. Donald and Daffy are abusive. I can't think of a worse dynamic. I think Daffy would have a lot of fun with it, but in a bad way. F! We got 3 ships for a 3-sided sexy man I will never understand. The Dorito known as Bill Cipher. I've never watched Gravity Falls, and I feel like it's right up my alley, so I don't know what I'm doing. Discord and Bill Cipher. Here's the problem. This is a controversial take. I really like Discord with Fluttershy. I really like how she showed him how kindness is the way. They have like little tea parties. And the thing is, Bill Cipher is an agent of chaos where he literally does not give a shit about anyone. Discord learns to care. And I don't want that development to be undone. Friendship is magic, bitch! Like earlier Discord, before Discord learned to care, oh yeah, these two would. Frick. We have Wiggly from the Hatchetfield series and Bill Cipher. The unimaginable sins these two would commit. Doesn't Wiggly have, like, tentacles coming out of his mouth? Oh my god. I think they're already trying to work out how world domination would work with the 5 of them. Wiggly and Bill will go in B. My favorite Bill Cipher ship is him with Marvin the Martian. I like that dynamic because Bill will be the brains of the operation. And then we have Marvin, who's a fumbling buffoon a little bit. And they'll always try to reach their goal together, but Marvin will kind of hold him back a little bit. I don't want them to be successful with the world domination. I like being alive. I don't know. I just see it working. I like the art that was submitted on my Discord of these two. It immediately clicked for me. I kind of spoiled where the placement of these two would be. S. I actually want to see these two interact. Brian Griffin from Family Guy and Jake the dog from Adventure Time. These two have a tragic backstory. As you know, canonically in Family Guy, I'm just gonna assume you know, in Family Guy, Brian got ran over by a car, and they did this gimmicky death and replacement dog moment. They had this stereotypical Italian dog named Vinny. I was in high school at the time. I didn't even watch Family Guy, but I signed a Bring Brian Back petition. Yeah, even in high school, I wasn't really doing much. Unless Brian changed, I really don't see Jake the dog putting up with him. I don't see Jake the dog leaving Lady Rainicorn, the absolute fucking legend, for Brian, a pouty woe-is-me bitch that makes his problems everyone else's problems.
Oh, you're making bacon pancakes. Well, did you know that bacon contains carcinogens?
Get out of here! I will call Joe Biden to run you over again. Yes, in this world that Jake the dog and Brian are together, Joe Biden was the one to run him over. Is that why he had to drop out of the campaign? The plot thickens. They are going in F, though. Gru and Shrek, they both pulled red-headed baddies. I don't see why they'd leave them unless they were fully unattracted to women. And Shrek, at the very least, the way he looks at Fiona, that cannot be faked. They also both have kids in the picture. I don't want to break apart two families. Imagine I just start crying. I get so serious about this. Gru's kids would also fully be ogress. I just see that for them. They'd be like, ew, why do they look like that? They're kind of little shits. I have no doubt in my mind that Gru could match Shrek's freak. Maybe in another world. Maybe in another lifetime. Imagine Gru fart gunning Lord Farquaad. The cunt would be on another level. But I just can't have wife erasure like that. Alternate universe? Solid A. Ling from Mulan and Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. The ships in Mulan 2 make me just a little bit of a Mulan 2 truther. I hear that it's problematic in other ways, but I was just there for the three silly warriors finding love. Cusco, as we all know, is very self-absorbed. I honestly think he's autosexual. I think the only person that would turn on Cusco is Cusco. Oh yeah, I found a new groove. You know what I mean? No one knows what I mean. Ting Ting from Mulan 2 has a bit of a stick up her ass. She feels like she has to be perfect for her sister. She's an older sister. Ling, despite being a goofball, was always attracted to her and would try to tell her jokes. And she always found his stupid fucking jokes funny. But she was holding back. And then the moment she laughed, she has this snorty, huge, loud, embarrassing laugh. And she says she hates it. I love this scene where he's like, what? It's adorable. I love these two, okay? Looks-wise, Ling and Cusco, they're the same type of lanky himbo. I see it, I get it, but I reject it. Ling and Cusco are going in C. It's not F, I don't think they'd be abusive. I just don't think Cusco would be as interested in anyone as he is with himself, which makes sense that he would go for somebody with like a similar look. But Ling is married to Ting Ting, so sorry. Jimmy and Timmy, never understood it until the Nicktoons Unite fandom, and I really saw the art. I think that Jimmy and Timmy have similar selfish tendencies, but Jimmy is a bit more grounded by his family's love, and Timmy doesn't have that. I feel like they would even each other out a lot. I love the art. I love Nicktoons Unite, and I especially love when they add more cartoons to it. I want a Descendants type moment for Nickelodeon characters. Wait, shut up. That's brilliant. First of all, before we get into the Nickelodeon Descendants thing that is just brewing in my brain right now, Jimmy and Timmy are going in S tier. We even saw their friendship develop in the third Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, and I like their worlds collide energy. They're a crack ship that's actually plausible somehow. I went to the bathroom. I shit out a brilliant idea. Listen to my Nickelodeon Descendants. Danny and Valerie. Yes, I do not ship Danny and Sam. I think they should have stayed friends. Danny and Valerie's daughter is Victoria. She doesn't go by Vicky, she doesn't go by Tori, just Victoria. She's ashamed of her ghost side that came out when she was 16 years old. So her sweet 16 turned into more of a sour 16. Let me cook. Daughter of Squid Bob, named Clary. Yes, that is short for clarinet. She is more musically talented than her father, and while Squidward is proud, he's also pretty jealous. Son of Timmy and Tootie before they got divorced. His name is Tommy, and his fairy is Perry. This was after Dev, pay attention. Jenny, from My Life as a Teenage Robot, creates a mechanical teen. But unlike Jenny, they are very committed to their robot life. Jenny just wanted to be one of the girlies. But little Joe 335 hates humans and wants to grow up to be a tank. I'm trying to think of the words to express just how much Timon and Tinkerbell upset me. I didn't know this was a ship. First of all, right off the bat, I really think in my heart of hearts that Timon and Pumbaa are a couple. We see the fairy's relationship with animals. It's its own talent. It makes me physically ill, the implications of this ship. Imagine Fawn helping meerkats leave their burrows underground, and Timon pops out, and Tinkerbell has a love at first sight moment. She'd be in fairy jail. Freddy Fazbear and Chuck E. Cheese. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is basically Freddy falling in love with his uncorrupted self. Freddy Fazbear would sing Love Like You to Chuck E. Cheese. I always thought I might be bad, now I'm sure that it's true, 'cause I think you're so good. Sing it with me! And I'm nothing like you, look at you go. It would have to be the old Chuck E. Cheese, though. Believe it or not, this ship is very close to Mario and Sonic because, and I didn't know this, Chuck E. Cheese as a franchise hates FNAF. I think it's because they don't want to scare the children. But y'all, out of touch much? The kids love Five Nights at Freddy's. Chuck E. Cheese actually blocked people on Twitter for making references to Five Nights at Freddy's. So in this way, in this style, I think they should kiss and make up. S tier. Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory and Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. At first I thought this was a lazy ship. I think I'm still scarred from the High School Musical, the series, Ginger's in Love, because it ended so sloppily. And I was like, you can't just ship them because they have red hair, Athena. But the more I thought about it, this really makes sense. Blossom is the leader, and she would appreciate and value intelligence. I see this ship being very similar to a Toby McAllister and Word Girl ship, and they have canonically interacted before. I couldn't get my hands on the comics, but according to the shipping wiki, Blossom called him an honorary Powerpuff Girl. And as we all know, if you're nice to someone, that's shipping potential already, baby. Welcome to S tier, I don't care. Bertram and Norm. Why would you guys make me research this? I already knew about New Norm. New Norm's different than the old Norm. But I didn't actually know about Bertram, this Daily Wire bullshit. I am significantly worse off after having researched these shows. They have a total of one joke, heavy air quotes on joke. This is literally it. I identify as a toaster. Soon they're gonna be identifying as attack helicopter. New Norm only has one episode, and they accidentally made the characters that they're trying to make fun of the most likable characters. The way Norm's daughter says, wait, you're non-binary? It's kind of iconic. So this homosexual ship between Birch and Norm exists as a way to kind of own the creators, but also it's gotta be a little bit rooted in reality, because did you hear that the Republican National Convention was like a Grindr hotspot? I was both surprised and not surprised. I think the best part of this ship is that it really shows that no one likes this show unironically. I went to the New Norm wiki and at first I was like, oh god, they have a fan base that's dedicated enough to make a wiki? No. This wiki is genuinely the funniest part of New Norm. People are just making shit up and adding new pages every day. Freddy Fazbear was there at one point. Freddy Fazbear is a character from the video game series Five Nights at Freddy's. He does not appear in the New Norm, but it is confirmed he has a crush on Norm. I see another page here dedicated to Joe Biden. Here's the problem with garbage like this. They're gonna take the 805 reviews they have on IMDb, and their 1-star ranking, for reference, you can't get 0 stars, that is the lowest it can go. Wow. They're gonna see that and think, oh, we owned them. They were so offended that they gave us 1 star. There are things that I've been offended by where I could at least say, it made me chuckle. Fuck, I didn't want to chuckle at that, but there was a semblance of humor. There was a semblance of a setup and a punchline. This is just bad. Your show is just bad, and it's not because it's offensive, it's because you have no talent. The ship is so bad, it's kind of beautiful in a way. But the second funniest thing is Elon Musk animating himself into the series so he could have a fake audience cheer for him. That would be like if J.K. Rowling had a self-insert character in Harry Potter. This is how I imagine that would look. K.J. Bowling had black mold on her wall, but white love in her heart. She was the most loved wizard in all of Hogwarts. She gave a swirly to the non-binary wizard. Everyone hated them. This ship is going in so bad it's good? ? I made a new tier for these two. Velma from Velma and Jughead from Riverdale. I accidentally invented this ship in my ranking hated characters video. Oh, look at her and Jughead staring angrily at each other. Get a room. Yeah, that's the crossover we need. Oh yeah, that's the crossover. Yeah, give me some Velma x Jughead. Oh my god. Wait, why does that ship work though? I stand by that so much. They would bond with each other by trash talking everyone else. Oh, they're so fake. Oh, they don't care about all this deep, important stuff like we do. They would write an expose on everyone from their high school after they graduated college and everyone forgot about them. They'd be like, wow, they're still thinking about that, and they would just feed on each other's bitterness. Bruno from Encanto and Linguini from Ratatouille. At first I thought these two were too awkward. Like, neither of them would actually build up the courage to ask each other out. They'd be in this will they, won't they state of limbo. But I think the rats thing would actually really break the ice. Linguini would be like, oh, I have a rat running my whole life. And Bruno would be like, oh, I know how that is. You know, I set up my TV for the rats. I eat with them. You know, they're my best friends. My whole schedule revolves around them. And Linguini would be like, no, I have hair that's attached to my brain. And he yanks on it. And Bruno would be like, you wanna have someone else yank on your hair? Shit. I kinda fuck with that. But Abuela is on thin ice, so if she says anything homophobic, it's over. I've defended her for so long, but if she can't accept Bruno's boyfriend Linguini into their familia, I'm freaking out. They're going in A tier. I actually get it. I didn't think I was gonna rank them that high. Anna from Frozen and Mayor Lionheart from Zootopia. I do know the context of this. Allegedly, I think it was faked. I think this person made this up because I don't know, it's too funny to be unintentional. Allegedly, this person's mom made this display that was supposed to be Beauty and the Beast, but Belle was Anna and the Beast was a figurine of Lionheart. As amazing as that is, I don't actually ship it, but I want to see a version, like a play of Beauty and the Beast where Anna plays Belle, because I think it would be unbearable in the best way. She invented Disney Quirky Girl, so we have to put respect on her name. But applying that vibe to the old school Disney princesses would be, it would fill my heart with cringe. And you know how much I love cringe. There goes the baker with his tray like always. Hey, that bread looks really delicious. Can I have a bite? Every morning's just the same. My life is so hard because I'm stuck in a castle. But I want to live my life and fall in love. Oh, isn't this amazing? It's not reading, it's eating. I like eating chocolate. I'm relatable. F tier is an actual romantic relationship between two characters, but A tier in terms of concept. I need to see Anna play Belle. Me, Athena P, and Winnie the Witch. Ooh, a lot of you are gonna need some context. A little over a year ago, I passed by this roadside unattraction because I'm not attracted to her regardless of what you said. She was falling apart. She actually appeared in my nightmares. I was like, what the fuck is this? I did some research. Her name is Winnie the Witch.
Holy shit.
Even back in the day, she was terrifying. She was made in the 70s. Hurricane destroyed her. They kept it up. They fundraised for her and gave her this makeover where they inflated her boob for some reason. And even though she freaks me out to this day, I don't know which one I find worse. The propped up corpse or the stall. But there's no doubt that she fascinates me. We are frenemies. I visit her. Let's visit Winnie. Come on, come with me. Oh, Winnie, I love the way your eyes... the way your skin, oh god, oh, the way your boobs. Do you want a bite? You want Winnie? Fuck you, Winnie. Winnie and I are going in B. It'll never last, but we're here for the drama and the angst of it. Santacule was invented just for me, I'm sure of it. Everyone knows that I love Christmas almost an unhealthy amount. The ranking Santas is by far my favorite ranking video. So we have 3 Santas that all got together. Kris Kringle, if you will. You get it? With the Santa ship, you already know there's gonna be 3 ho-ho-hos. Santa from the Polar Express, Kris Kringle from Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and North. North is the alpha, he's the leader, he's the one to trust. I don't think Santa from Santa Claus is Coming to Town can handle the sheer badassery of the other two Santas. I feel like he would feel left out. Also, his redheaded wife is beautiful. I don't want to break up their family. You'd think more Santas would be even better. Like, the more Santas, the better for me. But I'm gonna put them in low A. Dr. Two Brains and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Between the two of them, we have 2 PhDs. These two work stupidly well. I can just imagine Dr. Doofenshmirtz being like, oh, so you like cheese, you have a theme. I can respect that. Let's be silly and goofy together. Hee hee hoo hoo. Bisexual icons, the two of them. I adore this. Is there a fanfiction? Let me just see if there's any fanfiction about these two. Nope, nothing. Please feel free to send me your fanfictions if you decide to write a fanfiction about any of the ships I've mentioned here today. They're going in S tier easily. This one might be my favorite. Lightning McQueen and Bojack. Washed up stars. One from sports and one from acting. Love this idea, and I feel like Bojack would fucking hate himself even more.
Oh, Bojack, you piece of shit. Put your worst in the tailpipe of a car. This is my breaking point.
Do you think Lightning McQueen would say ka-chow as he climaxed? They are going in the hell category with Norman Bircham. I don't know how it would work, but I support it. Next we have Uncle Grandpa and SpongeBob's Grandma. I love this so much. I don't know a lot about Uncle Grandpa, but I want to watch more of it. I do know that he travels through time and space. I think he'd be a great grandpa to SpongeBob. As we know, SpongeBob's grandma is single. I want to see her put herself out there. She's so sweet, she's so caring. Uncle Grandma, this is the new norm. Uncles are gonna become grandmas. Hey, shut up. I think they're perfect because SpongeBob's grandma brings so much cheer into the world. Uncle Grandpa, as I've seen, tries to help kids that are down. Oh my god, the sheer joy and optimism of a SpongeBob and his grandma and his Uncle Grandpa. Oh my god, S tier? Wait a second, S tier? Did you just cook us all a delicious meal? Butt lovers, I sure hope you enjoyed. This was the first time in forever where I didn't script a damn thing. I just went right off the dome. Does it show? Was the shit-headed energy at an all-time high? Please be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. We're here for the chaos, and have a great day. Bye!